Under... yeah, electrical... I was right about the electrical railway part. Hang on. London. Makes sense, we are in London. Company of London. Under something... electrical railway... underground electrical railways... Company of London. Is that blood on the thing? Let's get rid of that part. Can I get rid of that? Yeah, I can. There we go. Right.
Underground Electric Railways Company of London.
Okay. Well then. Curiosa and Curiosa. Gonna go chat with these chaps again now?
This is an absolute disaster.
No. Anything else? Water. Something in the puddle. Really? There's a what? Oh! Oh, I see.
There is some electrical wiring here beneath the manhole.
Right then. What's in here? Somebody... this is gang related then, huh? Well, yeah, obviously it's going to be up the stairs. And then through that door there? No. Wait a second. No. Goes through to that door. What about these other rooms? Anything of interest? No. Let's see what's going on in here then. What's your game? Yes, yes. Oh! Cool. I need a 1 and 3. And then I need a 2-2. 2-4. Yeah, I need a 2-2. Do I have a 2-2? Wait, let's see if the 2-3 will work. Yeah, there we go. Right. I like that, that's pretty cool. Wine.
An open bottle of cheap wine.
Somebody has been drinking.
A single glass containing traces of alcohol.
Singular. Let's see what I can find without Holmes' vision. The Daily Mirror. Smoke on the water. Women are now allowed to smoke in public, the court declares. Today, Magistrate Adcox ruled that it is no longer a crime for a woman to smoke in a public area, in London at least. He then proceeded to discharge Mary Townsend, Edna Custer and Elsie Watkin, 3 ladies who had been smartly arrested for smoking in Trafalgar Square.
I can see the technical cab very well from here.
Clear view.
I've not seen such a device before.
Some kind of electrical device, that's for sure. Yes. Right. Is it just going to be a case of turning on all the... no? Maybe. That's polarity, isn't it? If I turn that one off, it turns all of them off. Okay.
The electrical charge which affected the technical cab came from here.
I didn't have to have them both switched on at the same time then. Right. Anything else to see in here? No, just leads me to that. Fair enough. Right then. Let's go tell the constable. Let's tell Milado what we found. Open. Where is he? There he is. Let's have a chat with this chap first if I can.
My poor leg.
Ah, okay. You found some stuff. Go bins.
Holmes, I was looking for you. I have an idea about the accident.
Never mind. This one is murder.
What?
What?
You're a murderer, eh?
Are you sure, Holmes?
Oh yes. A murder and an accident, because the killer, by electrocuting the cab, created this chaos. And so this multiple crash is now our great chance.
Our great chance?
Great chance.
Of what,
The
Holmes?
culprit could not have planned for this to happen, don't you see?
True.
And it is possible that he is still here due to the prompt arrival of the police. Now I see 5 men who could be our murderer. Let us take a look at the map.
Yes. Let's look. Right, well. Had to be somebody close to here. So it's this guy, isn't it? Almost certainly. Very close to the apartment, not wounded during the accident, could be a random pedestrian. Unlikely, could be. Right, he was almost certainly was injured during the accident. Yep. This chap, not wounded, distant from the apartment, could deliberately smash into wardrobes. Cab driver. This guy's also not interested. Not wounded during the accident even. And last but by no means least, let me go bins here. Very close to the apartment. An ideal section. Daily local worker, and he was injured during. Man is beneath the window where the electrical device is. Perhaps he had some time to activate it before entering the street. He's in the middle of the square, trapped by the accident. Suspect. Suspect. Not a suspect, because he was driving. Also not a suspect. Man is near the end of the square. He has just arrived. Man is near the end of the square. He attempted to leave, perhaps because he did not wish to see the police. He had time to activate the electrical device and run away. He's very close to it. He's a suspect. Don't think it's him though. Yeah, these two definitely not right.
That's it.
Right. Share conclusions.
Constable, I
Let's see what it
suspect
leads
3
to.
people. Take them to Scotland Yard for questioning.
As long as I don't leave empty-handed, all's good and well.
I know that look, Holmes.
Ah,
You found something new?
That's right.
it's a puzzle.
In order to trap the cab, the killer must have known the precise route it would take. Or even, that could suggest the cab must have set out not far from here, in this very street, perhaps.
Possibly.
Remarkable. Holmes, I'm terribly sorry, but I must go to the hospital now to help tend to the wounded.
I
That's
understand,
fine.
Watson.
But don't forget our earlier discussion.
I won't.
About Kate.
I'll keep it in mind. Right, now what? To Scotland Yard. No, let's figure out where the cab came from. Examine the belongings of the victims and suspect. Can you tell me?
This is an absolute disaster.
No. Let's go to Scotland Yard and draw which conclusions we can based on the evidence currently available to us whilst we are on our way. That would be nothing then. Now then, let's just head to Scotland Gubbins. Actually, no, I can't go and put on a beard yet. Fine. Let's just go have a chat with all the Gubbins at the Gubbins. Hello.
Oh, Mr. Holmes, we have a slight problem.
What happened?
One of the suspects, Mr. Reginald Butcher, has escaped.
Oh,
It was
really?
after we asked him to put his belongings in the evidence room. I'm sorry.
How did he escape?
He hit me in the face. Took me by surprise, you know, otherwise I...
Yeah,
Of course. That's all?
Just before he left the yard, he shouted, "Sorry, I'll come back later."
Okay.
Sorry, I'll come back later.
He could have said that without punching me.
Is Inspector Lestrade here?
No, he will be absent.
That makes him a little less guilty seeming. Perhaps he was just really busy. Oh. Oh.
At your service, Mr. Holmes.
Any of you people able to tell me anything about where you went?
Please, sir. Release my son. Mr. Holmes.
Nope. Let's have a look at the belongings. Who's this chap?
This pen is an expensive one, but it isn't new.
Wires?
Reginald Butcher is fond of sweets.
Oh, right. Well, this is the guy that left then. Earl. Dear Mr. Butcher, your repeated absence, which is compounded by your delays with existing workload, simply cannot continue. You are responsible for a number of serious errors that your colleagues have found themselves compelled to rectify. We are sorry for this present situation. If you have always been an exemplary employee, we understand the complication of your personal situation, but if you are unable to correct your behaviour in the immediate future, we shall be forced to terminate your employment. The Directors, Underground Electrical Railways Company of London.
Reginald Butcher had problems with his job.
Interesting. Mr. Butcher, we have the most excellent news for you. Please arrange to visit the hospital as soon as possible so that we may conclude this matter. P.S. Her condition is stationary. Dr. Matthew Smith, Great Ormond Street Hospital of London.
This letter from yesterday perhaps explains why Butcher was in such a hurry.
Certainly
At
does.
any rate, I now have an exact address. The initials M.B.
Mary Butcher? Marie Butcher, perhaps? His wife? Or daughter? Okay, Benjamin, my son, I would be so pleased if you could join me and help lead our next charity banquet, which is due to take place on Sunday after the service. Your goodwill brings such joy, and I know that I may rely upon you. I remember how your life began in sin, your feeling rejected and alone in the world, and how you turned to the criminal path, but you found the strength within you to make the change. You became a good man. Our Lord will have mercy upon you. I shall always be happy to see you in our church, my son. God bless you, Pastor Gordon.
Thick leather gloves. They're probably insulated.
Probably. Oh, I can't look around.
My life has changed thanks to Pastor Gordon
Gordon
and my faith.
faith. So he's a religious man.
Whiskey.
Om
With
nom nom.
poor quality. Murad. Quite a popular brand of cigarette.
Really fancy looking brand as well.
A book.
De Maud?
Karl Heinzen's 1848 De Maud with a bookmark.
Bookmark 2?
This terrible passage is apparently appreciated by Garrett.
Well then. If you have to blow up half a continent and create a bloodbath in order to destroy the barbarians' party, you can be deemed to possess neither scruples nor conscience. Anyone who would not happily sacrifice his own life for the honour of exterminating 1,000,000 barbarians is not a true republican. I agree, such clear-sightedness. Well then.
Electrical wires.
That suddenly makes him seem guilty, doesn't it? Dear Mr. Garrett, we are obliged to inform you that despite your expropriation, you are still in debt to a considerable sum of money. We would request that you contact our payment service as soon as possible, otherwise we shall be obliged to involve the police in this unfortunate matter. Mr. Stewart, Financial Director, Bank of England. I think we can pretty much rule out the guy in the middle. Not because of the religious stuff, just because he doesn't have anything remotely akin to My butt. Wait, I can't. Is it doing that thing again where I can't leave the freak deeks? Fine. Let's go to the hospital. Go and track this chap down first. The other guys ain't going anywhere. Deductions. Thank you. Right. Difficult life. Problems at work. Oh wait, no, it's two different guys, isn't it? Thomas Garrett. Benjamin Fowler. Mr. Fowler. There we are. Meaning, when he was young, but has since changed his ways, or at least has given the appearance of changing his ways. Mr. Garrett is an anarchist and is in debt. He may have become one in relation to that. Roscoe, Reginald Butcher has received a written warning from his employer. No. I don't think these two are going to link together at all. 3-3 even. Nope. Right. Okay, we don't have much to go on at this point. But it's early days, yeah? Let's try finding this chappie. I'm eating crisps, for those who want to. Ready salted. Oh, Horsey. Ready salted crisps. This. Oh, yeah, of course, Great Ormond Street. It's a child's.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
Not just a children's ward, but a children's hospital.
I'm apparently in the children's ward.
No, really? Can I have a look at your stuff? No? Okay. That scarf again. There it is. There it is. There it is. And there it is. Oh, giraffe. All you needed to do was be in the 1890s and you'd have been fine. Hey, Joel?